Hello, and welcome to The World According to Liz.
Oh, that's the name.
The World According. How many times have you heard that in class?
A lot.
The World According to Liz. If they let me rule the world. Okay, so anyway, this is my guest today, Molly Stewart. She graduated last year, 2024, from Carroll. And so usually my format is designed for graduating seniors. You've already graduated, so some of my questions have to be
Shifted.
modified. Yes, a little bit.
Because I'm special.
In so many ways.
Because I'm special.
No, because you don't follow the normal path. And we didn't do this when you were graduating. So we have to modify for you. So to use a yoga term.
Yes.
So I just found out that she is a yoga instructor down at College Station. And so go take her class if you are at A&M.
Yeah.
So where is it at?
Period. Town 360.
Okay, yippee.
I'm starting in the fall.
Oh, so you haven't done it yet?
Well, I did it at the rack, like our school rack, but then I broke my arm, so then I couldn't do it anymore. So I did like first semester, and then I broke my arm.
When did you break your arm?
In December? No, January.
I did not know
I broke and dislocated my elbow. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Do you not like see my sling? I literally like went to like a NOLA with a sling.
Don't usually do a lot of social media. I don't understand it.
I feel like you still look at it sometimes though. No.
On occasion I will see it. If it pops up, but I don't know how to actively go seek out Molly.
True. I'll teach you.
And it'll go out my window. So.
Okay, well, I'll show you the picture later. It's really funny.
Okay, so the format is I ask 3 questions and you ask 3 questions.
Okay.
You are my guest. You get to go first. What's your first question?
Why can't you go first?
Okay, I'll go first.
I want to know what you're going to say.
Okay, so my first question is, when you were at Carroll, what was your greatest achievement? And it could be an achievement. It could have been an aha moment. It could have been I aced this test. It could be as insignificant as you had your first kiss. It's what was when you look back on your 4 years of high school, what was the most impactful moment of those 4 years?
Oh gosh. Well, I feel like I have it like depends on the context. Like I have a few.
Okay, well, I'm not going to limit you to one.
Okay.
Start with the biggest one though.
Well, like my biggest legit accomplishment was when I got president of Bells. Because you knew that. Yes. I'd always wanted to do that.
And you rocked it.
And I worked really hard for it. And I always wanted to do it.
Right. And you were by far extremely good at it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I just really enjoyed it. And that was really fun for me. And oh my gosh, I haven't thought about high school all year. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, because you've been gone.
Yeah, because I've been gone. But it was fun and I loved it. And I always say that I joke around and when I was going through sorority recruitment, they ask you about what you did in high school. You did drill team. I'm yeah, I hated dance. Which is true. Shout out Bells. But I loved my friends and I loved the people. And so I got to be in charge of all that. So that was my greatest legit accomplishment that you'd be like on paper. I feel like my aha moment or whatever, educationally, I took both the AP Econs, and those were I actually was talking to somebody about this the other day. Those were my favorite classes I took all of high school. And it made me realize I for sure wanted to go into business and stuff because I feel like people kind of joke around that business is a fake major. If you don't know what you want to do, you are a business major. But I'm wait, no, I actually love it. I loved my econ classes. I loved my teacher, Mr. Humes. He was the best. I actually just asked my mom if he was still at Carroll because I was wondering. She said he is. But I was
wow.
Literally loved that class so much. And I was wait, this is so fun. And it was a really random group of people. None of my friends that I hung out with socially were in that class. It was my school friends. And it was so fun. And there was only 8 of us.
So you really broke out of your comfort zone when you took
and I had been in classes with a bunch of my friends before. And but also I took AP Econ and not that many people took it. There was 8 of us, and I think there was 1 class.
No, because no one.
Because I took both semesters of it. Most people
everyone's scared of it, right?
And then Econ, but I took it and I loved it and I learned so much. And I was literally listening to a finance podcast on the way over here because I'm have to like expose myself or whatever because I'm a finance major. But I was like, oh my God, I learned about that in econ. Like, I love that class. So that was another moment I could think of, like that came to the top.
How
of my
many
mind.
AP classes did you take your senior year?
5. I took more my senior year than any other year. I don't really know
5.
why. Yeah,
And you were
5.
president of Bells.
Yeah. I like got a good year though. It was so fun. I loved it.
Did you drink a lot of coffee?
Yeah. Well, I drank a lot of coffee since day one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's being on a lot.
I'm on a law all the time. I feel like you know that.
Yeah,
I'm always on.
I do.
There's always some thoughts flowing.
Notice though she didn't say AP Calc. She only said AP Econ.
Well, I took AP Calc, but that maybe was the moment I decided I was never ever gonna do that again. I did good though. I still got an A.
You got an A in the class, and you got a 4 on the
Period. I did
on
that.
the AP
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought. I
which,
literally blocked that out.
Considering you came from on-level pre-cal and you probably didn't have the most support from your tutor when you told me you were taking AP Calc.
Somebody told me not to it, and I was like, well, I'm doing it anyway. So.
That would be me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was actually told I was harsh to you in that class. And I was like, "You're doing what?"
Yeah, you were, and I was like, "I'm doing it anyways."
And you did great.
I'm an advanced geometry dropout. Shout out all those people. I know there's a lot of us out there.
Go, how's Zipta?
I hated that so much. That was the most, like, I'm such an egotistical person. That really, like, dampened. That was a blow to the ego. It really was.
To drop down out of his
Yes.
class?
I went to on level.
He takes pride in that. But you didn't go back up to advanced algebra 2.
Yeah, because
I don't know why.
I actually probably should have.
A lot of people drop his class, but then they go back up.
I probably should have done that because I did not love my algebra 2 year.
You had Vias, didn't
Yeah.
you? Mm-hmm.
And I liked Vias, but I did not like. It was that flipped format. That doesn't work for me.
She's gone.
She is gone?
Mm-hmm.
I actually really liked her as a person. She like wished me well at the end.
She's
of
a
the year.
great teacher when she teaches.
It was just I couldn't do the ed puzzles. I failed the ed puzzle every time. Like, sorry, I have the attention span of a 5-year-old. Like, I can't like look at that and then remember what it said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, I have to like do it myself.
That's when you started coming to see me.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm failing algebra. I wasn't failing. I think I had a B, but that was failing. Like one of those annoying people.
But you didn't feel like you were really incorporating it.
No, I was like, I don't know anything. I don't understand a single thing that's being said to me right now.
Okay, so wrap up your high school years was president of Bells, Econ, AP Econ.
Loved it.
Was there something else? You said there were a few. That's 2.
Those were the first 2 I could think of. Maybe there was another one, but it clearly wasn't significant enough for me to remember.
If it comes to you, you can tell me. Okay. Cool. My question. What's the question for me?
Oh, yes. Okay, wait, let me pull my questions up. Which one should I first? Okay, wait. This is the first one I wrote down. Top 3 or like overall, if you can like pull them, like your favorite quotes from students over the years in like context.
Oh.
Like funny things people have said or like outrageous.
Favorite quote is what? Wait, you mean math is easy? All I have to do is follow this formula? That's my favorite quote of all time.
You should like put that on like a poster somewhere.
I mean, it was, I can even tell you who it was. It was Carroll. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Leahy, Leahy. Her mom's name is Kathy. So, yeah, they called me in an absolute panic on level algebra 2.
Dark times.
And she was at the senior high. And in 2 1-hour sessions, she went from failing quadratics to acing.
What, the quadratic formula? That
not the quadratic
is not easy. I don't
not
like
the quadratic formula, but quadratics, like graphing quadratics.
Oh, I like those.
You know, yeah, because it follows a formula.
Yeah.
And you know, there's that. It's not a quote, but my favorite story is same subject.
Again, dark times.
Another student, I know, algebra 2.
Dark times.
And this boy really struggled. He struggled because, quite frankly, his parents were too busy being divorced and living their lives and not paying attention to him. And his older brother had struggled as well. And depression, suicide, drugs, those types of things.
That's sad.
And so it was very sad. but this student memorized that. Do you remember the formula sheet that I made for quadratics where it had the different things?
Yeah.
And he had Coach Holmes, which
I
you
don't even know who
probably
that
don't remember
is.
who Coach Holmes is. Antonio Holmes, he's now head coach over in Tyler, I believe. But he got all the trouble boys, you know, the ones who like acted up in class because he was coach.
Yeah.
Don't mess with coach.
Yeah.
And he kept a very stern class, and he aced the test. He got a 96. Now, he'd failed every test. And Coach Holmes is like, excuse me, what's going on? You know?
Like cheater. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Called him out. You're a cheater. He goes, no, watch. And he wrote it all out. And he goes, where did you get this? My tutor told me if I memorized this and then applied it, I would get an A on the test. He goes, you got an A on the test.
Well, there we go.
That's my favorite story.
Period.
But yeah, no, the wait, math is easy is
that's a good one.
Probably the best quote. I don't know if I have any others. Oh, well, there was one where they called me a goat and I didn't know what that was. It was like, yeah, I want to be a goat farmer. And they all laughed at me. And they were like, no, that's not what a goat is, Liz.
It's like, you just asked me what hus meant. I feel like it's like on brand with that.
What?
When you were like, what does hus mean?
Yeah.
My water bottle.
Yeah, there's, well, I had to ask what OG was in the last podcast.
Wait, I don't actually even know.
Original?
Original, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would never use that as a sentence. So
they were like, Liz, you're the OG. And Liz is like, yes, what is that?
I see. I feel like I'm actually, like, I don't use that much slang. But then, like, low-key I do. It just kind of depends. Like,
right now,
yeah, like, I say low-key, like, I say slay, but, like, I would never use, like, OG in a sentence. It wouldn't, like, I don't know.
Different people say different things, you know, but
that's true.
Yeah, those are probably my two biggest quotes. Okay, next question for me. You've already spent a year in in college, okay? And as in case those listeners you don't know, she's at A&M.
Okay, again.
And so usually I ask my seniors, what is your greatest skill or most important skill that you learned in high school that you're going to go apply in college? But you've already been there a year. So let's kind of flip the question here and ask, what skills did you learn in high school that have best prepared you for college? And what skills did you think that you had that you've not used at all? Like, and they could be study habits, they could be social, they could be, as you said, the flipped classroom didn't work for you. You know, are you better at looking at videos now? So what things did you learn in high school that you thought, oh, this is going to make me really prepared in college, that worked, and what didn't work?
Okay, I'm trying to think. I feel like a lot of it is like, you need to learn about like yourself, and it's like, also when you're in high school, I feel like you grow a lot, like just like as a person. And so like you learn a lot about yourself and like what you like and don't like.
In college you learn that, or in high school?
In high school, because you're like very different from when you're a freshman to a senior. Like there's like a lot.
Sure, you have a lot of growth.
Yeah, you change a lot. So I feel like I learned a lot about like myself and like, what is that? Is there a fire?
No. Oh, sorry. That's Rob's glucose alarm. It just basically says I'm not near my husband.
Oh. It's
the husband alarm.
Kind of fun. I needed a boyfriend, and then I can get one of those.
No.
No.
I don't get a boyfriend with diabetes, because that's what that is. That's
I need to get a boyfriend first, Liz. Diabetes or not.
Okay.
Actually, I don't really want one.
Boyfriends will come when they are at the appropriate time.
Oh, I don't want a boyfriend. I like myself too much. Anyways.
Good girl.
Back to what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Let me think.
That you learned a lot about yourself from freshman
I forgot
to
where I was
senior
going with
year.
that. Let me think.
Do you think you're going to grow that much in college? Do you feel like you've already grown that much in the first year?
Well, what I was going to say, I think that like my friends and I were talking about this the other day. There's a lot in college that you just like can't even like compare to high school because it's so different.
How so?
Like, I'm a very like independent person to start. Like when I was in high school, like I'm very independent. Like I did a lot of stuff for myself, like just because I like to. And just like being in college, like you think that like you're like so independent, you like do all these things for yourself. Like really, you don't. Like I call my dad to bring me lunch like 3 times a week, and like you just like can't do that. Like there's just nobody. Like in college, you are literally by yourself, and it's really fun, and like that's like the most fun part. But it's also like really different, and you're like, whoa, because it's just so strange.
Because you have to learn to be independent.
Yeah. And like I was already an independent person to start, but then I was even like, wow, like you're just like, you just really have to like free ball it. It's crazy. But it's kind of fun. I mean, it is fun. It's like the fun part and also like the part that's really different because I feel like it's hard to compare in high school because it's like in high school, like every day is like set up for you versus
Mhm.
like in college, you like, it's all different. Like you might have a class at 12, you might have a class at 9 a.m. Like you don't know.
So
it's
is
like
it
interesting.
kind of like that double-edged sword of freedom and responsibility?
Yeah, it's like, oh, sometimes like it's fun to like be all by yourself, but then other times they're like, wow, I'd really like to just come home to food already on the table, and that is not gonna happen. It sucks. Like, well, I'll just starve then because I don't want to do anything.
Okay.
So that's been interesting. I'm trying to think like what else.
What about school-wise? What about
Yeah, I'm trying to think
being
about
prepared
school-wise.
for school? I mean, you took 5 AP courses
mean,
your
like-
senior year, so you were kind of prepped.
Educationally, like I think I was prepared. Like it wasn't like, oh, I don't know how to learn, but it's like also like content is taught really different in college.
How
Like
so?
it's kind of just like they're like, this is what we're learning today, and they'll just like speak it into existence, and then you kind of have to go and like pick up the missing pieces,
Parcel through.
which is different from high school where they like, you know, there's a book and then there's like, and we still have like Canvas pages and there's resources, but like you have to go find them yourself versus I feel like in high school they're like, okay, like this is what we're learning and like here's a paper to go with it. And I had a few classes, like my econ class, like there was no like handouts. Like you gotta like take your own notes and kind of like go back through. But even then there's like on like AP College Board, like the whole entire class is like lined out for you. And we have syllabuses and all that, but I feel like it's like
Sorry.
very much so like they give you your information and then like you leave and like that's all you're getting. So like you have to kind of like go back and like pick up the pieces and like go to office hours and all that, which is like very different from high school. I don't know. Is that making sense?
No, it makes complete sense. You have to be self-reliant to figure out where your
Yeah, the
holes
learning
are,
is a lot more self-reliant, I feel like, in college.
as opposed to here's a page, go memorize this page.
yeah.
And you had some of those differences even from 8th grade to freshman year, which is why freshmen
well, I
walk
moved
around.
here. I don't know.
In our 8th grade, well, your brother's kind of experiencing some of that in 8th
Period,
grade.
John.
What?
Said period, John.
Yes. So, you know, here's a even in the GT and advanced classes, here's a worksheet, memorize this worksheet, practice it. Here's the test. And it's
Yeah.
almost
And it's like
identical
that.
or maybe backwards or things like that, even in the advanced and GT classes. But when you become a freshman, we expect you to step it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And like you said, even in the AP classes on College Board has everything listed out for you. It's just that there's so much more content versus some of the other things. So
I will say what's really nice about college, though, that I was talking about with one of my friends the other day, is that nobody's forcing you to learn anything that you don't want to learn. Like, I liked science classes and, like, I was good at them, but I just did not have any interest. I was like, this sucks and I don't want to learn this. And I, like, that was so annoying for me because, like, I still wanted to do well because I, like, am egotistical like that. But I was like, I don't want to learn this. And it's like, in college, I mean, there's probably a few, depending on how many credits you come in with, that you're kind of just going to have to, like, tough it out. But for the most part, like, you're only learning things that, like, are in your major and that, like, you're choosing to learn, which is really fun because it makes it more interesting. Like, I did have to take this one class last semester that just, like, sucked. It was about computers, and I was like, I don't care about computers at all. But then I also got to take an accounting class, and I, like, loved my accounting class. And so it's like, yes, you have to, like, kind of work harder to, like, learn it, but it's more, you're also more interested in it.
right,
So it's kind of, like, more fun.
right.
I had to study a lot, but I, like, at least enjoyed what I was studying,
Sure. Oh yeah.
which makes it easier, in my opinion.
The hardest class was my favorite class, cognitive neuropsychology.
God. Say those
And they only had 3. There were only 8 of us in the class, like you said.
Yeah.
But 3 of them were grad students and 5 of us were undergrads. but yet we had to do the same workload as the graduate students.
Ugh.
So, oh yeah, it was, but it was
But it was so interesting
the
that it's like
coolest
fun.
thing.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, there I'm at Kate's swim meet and I've got my nose buried in all these pages of research on aphasias and agnosias. Aphasias is when you can't speak, and agnosias when you don't see. You see, but you don't process it.
Fancy.
Yes, well, it's okay.
But it's like, yeah, it's like that. I feel like it's like fun to learn about things you actually care about.
Okay.
Versus like nobody wants to learn AP US history unless you do, but I didn't. So I feel it's like harder to study for those things.
Okay. What's your second question for me?
Do you feel like you have any missed callings in life, and would you ever circle back to them?
This was it.
Like opening your own tutor place?
Not necessarily opening my own, but tutoring. So long ago, there was when fax machines became kind of all the rage, everybody would fax each other jokes.
How do I know what a fax machine is?
Exactly. And it's a way to use.
I know there's a fax machine emoji.
You know what a phone is, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay. All right. You know what a landline is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. A fax machine was a machine that would use the landline to send a photocopy of something, be it a joke.
I bet I was supposed to learn about this in my computer class I didn't like.
No, probably not, because they're so ancient.
No, this class was ancient.
Oh, and like Rob we need to fax that. And it's like, no, we need to scan it and email it. We need to fax that. Like, no, because no one faxes anymore. We haven't faxed for 20 years. Regardless, there was a faxed story that came over about this boy who was applying to college, and he's like, I've climbed the Himalayas. I have wrestled alligators. I've battled anacondas in the Amazon. I've eaten falafel, at such and such. And, this boy has traveled the world and done all these weird and bizarre things with all these different peoples around the world. But I've never attended your university. Please admit me. And, it goes through all these different things. And I felt like the first half of my working life was that way. I threw newspapers. I worked at a post office. I was both a clerk at a post office and a mail driver. I drove a little mail truck. I sold pampered chaff. I worked in the corporate world and I was a buyer, and then I became a director of operations. Then I worked inside sales for different companies. Rob and I owned a remodel company, but I always knew I wanted to teach. So I left a sales company that I worked for because I just couldn't handle the incongruency of the ethics of it. Like, they had us lie to customers and lie to vendors, and it was I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I quit, and I was home for about 6 months, and Rob goes, what do you really want to do? I said, I want to teach. Okay, let's make you a teacher.
Well, there you go.
And that's how I started tutoring. So any missed opportunity, this is it. Now, when I retire, what would I like to do? I want to be a goat farmer. I want to raise goats, but I'll probably be too old by the time I ever get out from Tutor of Dragons, because I love this so much. It's how do I let go of something that I love to go do something else that I know I will also love.
True.
And since we live in South Lake, where to find 5 acres to be a goat farmer, and for South Lake to even let me be a goat farmer, would be very difficult.
Yeah, I fear that you might have to go somewhere else.
And if I go somewhere else, then I can't come here every day to be a tutor.
True.
So there's the.
You can't just like put one goat in your backyard.
Goats are very social animals.
Need friends?
You need, yes.
Your dogs are like bigger than the goats. Maybe that would work.
No, because Rob told me I could never have the goats in the house. So, and since the dogs now are 6 and sleep all the time.
How long are those dogs supposed to live?
Now.
They're only supposed to be 6?
6 to 8 is average.
Oh my gosh.
The last girls lived to be 13.
I was about to say.
The one we had before that lived to be 11. We have very good luck with dogs.
Well, better knock on some wood.
No, we just take care of
You don't
them.
believe in that? I do.
Okay, there she goes, knocking on wood.
I
Nope.
feel like that's like the only superstition I follow in life. I actually do. Like, I feel very passionately about it.
No, I mean, we take care of them. We make sure that they eat correctly. I wish we could get them
My
to
dog's
walk
fat.
more. Oh, Pie's 250 pounds. She's fat. She's a house cow.
Well, Stella's just fat, but she's like tiny.
And, she'll even kind of moo and, mellow like a cow.
Yeah, low-key, they do that.
Yeah. And then Chaos acts like the house pony. It's just that little prancy thing like ponies do.
Yeah, my dog does that too, but she's like 1 inch tall. Well, not really like 5 inches tall, but
I've met her.
Stella, you met Stella?
Mm-hmm.
Did she come here?
She was in the car one time when Mom brought.
I miss her. I love her.
Mom brought John.
She's so cute.
But anyway, so for the most part, though, tutoring was the rebound. That was the thing that I always wanted to do. So yeah, I saw my dad teach. I've been inspired by other teachers. In fact, the biggest inspiration, other than my dad, she was the winningest coach of golf in Missouri, and she passed away this last year. And she's known me since I was 3 years old, was a close family friend, and she probably would be the second largest inspiration. But she worked in schools her whole life, and just, even though she wasn't directly a teacher, inspired students to do their best.
Like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She didn't do this for her own kids, but for my class, she had an after prom breakfast. So at 5 a.m, we all showed up at her house.
Wait, that's so fun.
And had breakfast. She didn't do it for her kids. She didn't do it, but she did it for me. We were sitting down in she managed a study hall in the science building, and we were talking about prom, and I said, Mom, we all called her Mom Fro. Mom, you need to make us breakfast after prom so we don't do stupid stuff. She goes, let me think on that. And sure enough.
Wait, that's so fun.
That she did that for us.
I stayed up all night on prom and watched the sunrise.
Yeah, that's what we did. We went to her house, had breakfast, and then we went to the local park and watched the sunrise. But we were, other than from when prom closed down, we went, there was an after prom party, and then there was something else. There were about 2 hours in there where we were allowed to do dangerous things. So
I got a lot more than 2 hours. My mom was a chaperone, though. She was. I don't know why she did that, but she was.
Oh, she knew.
Well, Miss Doddridge convinced her, actually.
Who?
Miss Doddridge. Daisy's
mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were all miserable.
The parents were?
Yeah.
Why?
So we want to go to sleep.
Oh.
But they didn't want to leave us to
your own devices.
Desires,
right. Yeah.
Which I feel like it's probably valid, but it was fun. There was a water slide.
Ooh.
I know.
Yeah, well, after prom's a lot different than it was in the 1980s.
True. And our actual prom was terrible. I hated it.
Why?
I don't know. It was just a lot. Also, when you're wearing a dress, you're I was I want to change and
Yeah, mine came from a thrift store. We spent $10 on my prom outfit.
You don't want to know.
Yeah. No.
You have a photo of the dress?
Yeah, you want to see?
We'll show Liz.
It was really cute. I feel like you've seen
I'm sure I saw it because when it was prom season, I'm sure I asked.
Wait, let's see. Yeah, you totally did. Wait, where is it?
Oh yeah.
July, May, April, August.
No.
When was it? May? Is that prom?
Usually, yes.
When it's loading.
Oh yeah, but it's a beautiful dress, but it's not really.
It actually was really comfortable, but it's just there's so much fabric.
Yes.
It gave me sensory issues. I was I can't do this.
Cut the dress off.
I literally did.
Cut the skirt off.
I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, because if you lost the skirt, it would be like your bell outfit.
It would just be
yeah,
whatever.
Oh, and I recognize where you were taking those pictures.
The Mirandas?
Oh, is that where you were?
Yeah.
You weren't at. You weren't
No,
up by
we're-
me?
No, we were in Mitchell's backyard.
Oh, okay.
You're saying Whitney.
Who was
Did you
Mitchell's?
ever tutor Mar?
Were you Mitchell's date?
No.
Oh, okay.
We just like all took pictures at his house. None
Oh,
of us
okay.
had dates.
Good
Well, Mar
girl.
did. She had a boyfriend, but
No, I did not tutor Mar.
the rest of the single people. She is engineering at Miami. She probably didn't need tutoring.
There are a lot of kids that don't need tutoring that still come because that was the other thing. There was a Claire, and I cannot remember her last name. There were two of them that came together, and the other Claire, I asked her, I said, why do you come to unlevel physics? You make A's. She goes, you are the difference between a 93 and a 98.
Also, that's what's nice about college, though, is there is no difference between a 93 and a 98.
I know. Yeah. Well, most schools don't have a difference between a 93 and a 98. We do because basically the system's rigged for you to get if you do all your homework, you're guaranteed an 88.
At Carroll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
60% is homework. If you do your homework, that's 60 points out of the 100.
Is that why they always say that?
Yeah.
I mean, I always did my homework. But...
And then tests are 40%. So even if you fail every exam and get it back up to a 70, 70% of 40 is 28 points. 60 plus 28 is 88. So if you get less than an 88, you just really weren't showing up.
Well, yeah, but then sometimes like the homeworks are not 100able. I've experienced that.
Most of your
Not
homeworks
always.
were. Most
Not
of your
always.
homeworks should have been. And even so, okay, so you average down to 58 points out of 60. You know, 96%. You're still, that's an 85.
Yeah, but that like
Still a B.
true.
And in college, a B is a 3.0 gets you a job every day.
It does.
Yeah.
Scholarship too. A lot of scholarships are just 3 and up.
Oh.
It's not that hard. I mean, it's hard, but it's not
So,
impossible.
Yeah. I got 1B.
yeah, well, you're an A++ girl.
That's true. But I did get a B in accounting 229.
Yeah.
But I got an A on the first test. And then
I got a 1588 my first semester.
What does that mean? Okay,
Less than a C.
1.58.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
I think my parents would have drop kicked me into another dimension.
Well, my parents weren't paying for my college. It was all up to me.
Hmm.
I had
Well,
taken.
my parents aren't paying for my college either.
Well, who's paying for your social?
The government. Shout out my dad.
So your dad is paying. He did it.
He did his time, yeah.
through something else. Yes.
Through the Navy, yeah.
Yeah. Go Navy. Okay, what's my last question?
Wait, I thought now it's you asked me a question.
Oh, it is. Sorry, I lost track. Okay.
Look, I have to update my driving app because it says I used my phone. Then I'm just gonna lie
Okay.
and say I was a passenger. Don't watch this, Dad. But I'm listening.
Okay. Last question. I've kind of already talked about it, but if you had to go back and give John advice,
My brother John.
your brother John,
Okay.
so he's a sophomore now instead of a freshman, but usually I gear this towards your freshman. Because
Okay.
remember, this is for graduating seniors. So I'd say, what advice would you give your freshman self? But you're already a sophomore now in college. Your brother's a sophomore in high school. What advice would you give to your freshman self or your sophomore brother at high school of how to get through, how to survive these next 4 years?
Your GPA matters a lot. I tell him that all the time. He's probably sick of me. Because like when you're applying to college, like it really matters. But like from like socially, I guess. I'm trying to think.
Is it just GPA that matters, do you think? Or do you think it's also the type of classes that you take?
I don't know. But I would say that like it's just like flat out like when you're getting into colleges, like they look at your GPA. And if it's like not high, then like you're not getting in.
Right. Okay.
But that's like academically. Like socially, I don't know.
Not even
Trying to
socially,
think.
just emotionally.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like just like this is gonna sound really conceited, but like Loki, like worry about yourself because I feel like in high school, like Eliana and I were talking about this last night, like everyone's like the way people act is always like fueled by like something else that's like happening to them, like good or bad, just like in general,
Sure.
you know?
Sure.
And so I feel like if you can like control like your emotions, like how you feel and like how you react to like certain things or certain people, like again, good or bad, then like and like just know that like that's the same thing for others. Like there's always like a catalyst for like every action. So it's just like kind of like taking a step back and like looking at life from like that lens, I feel like is really helpful in high school. Because like the way someone like somebody gets mad at you for something, looks like you don't know like where they're coming from. Like it could be totally unrelated to you and you just like happen to have to be like
You're in the way.
you're in the way. Yeah.
They're
And so-
shooting a weapon and you're just in the way.
Yeah, and you're just in the way.
Then they're just angry.
Yeah,
And so they're shooting it.
exactly.
It has nothing to do with what you did.
Exactly. And then the same thing for yourself. It's like, well, why would that like it's like something that like you're feeling or your did could like cause you to like talk to somebody some way, or it's like in general, like I feel like that's a good point of view. Like to like take a step back and like, well, I can only control what I do and what I say. And so because XYZ, and then also know it's the same for other people, but you can't control them, you know?
Wow.
Because I think isn't that great advice?
That is extremely good advice.
Somebody told me that once. And I can't remember who it was. But it's like you can only control what you do, but it's like the same for everybody else. It's like, well, yes, I can control what I do, but only they can control what they do. So why am I letting them affect my life?
Right. But that doesn't
And it
mean that
saves
they're
you so
going to
much beef.
control what they do.
Exactly. So it's like, well, I can't help their actions, but I can help mine. And it's also like you kind of just have to take yourself out of the equation. Like, not everything in life is so personal. Like, it's like somebody's mad at you, like, yeah, okay, like, look at yourself. Maybe you did do something, but then it's also like, maybe you're just in the way. You know, you never know.
Right.
So I just feel like looking at life from like a different lens, like, and like take a step outside yourself, take a step outside the situation, you know, bird's eye view.
Wow. Okay.
So I got.
Very good. Let me ask you one more thing. What do you want to do with your finance degree?
Currently, I want to go like work on Wall Street and do IB, but I also don't know if I
What's
want to be
IB?
investment banking.
Okay.
But I also, it's like kind of a miserable life, but I kind of like that. Like, I'm fine with being miserable for 2 years because you like work all day. But it's also like I kind of enjoy that.
But
pace
if
of
you,
life.
I mean, look at what I do. Look how many hours I put in.
Exactly, it's the same.
But and while I'm exhausted and tired and sometimes crabby, it's all worth it when you all text me and go, I got this grade, or I finally understand how this all puts together. That's the shiny moment.
Yeah, so I want to work in IB right now. I'm applying to like a program through A&M in the fall. It's called Aggies on Wall Street, and so I'm applying. And then if I get into that, then I'll like start like basically being like trained to like start interviewing to like go to banks in New York my junior year. But we'll see. If I don't get
So
in,
wait. You'll spend your junior year in New York?
no. I'll spend my junior summer. Sorry, like the summer after my junior year. Like,
Okay.
but I would
okay.
start like applying for those internships and stuff like December of this year. If I get into this program, if I don't get in, then I'm gonna switch my major to accounting, do a 5-year program, get my master's in finance, but then also just like apply to the program again the next year because it doesn't really matter your age; it just matters your graduation year is what they're looking at.
Okay. All right.
And so I'll apply again, and then hopefully like go work on Wall Street. That's what I want to do. But I've always wanted to do that my entire life. I've always wanted to work on Wall Street.
Really?
Since the 3rd grade. My GT class, we did like the Wall Street game, but it was like it was like a game for like elementary school kids. We did it and I like loved it. I still remember my folder, my trading folder. It was like one of those like golden, like you know those like golden yellow file folders. Do you know what I'm talking about? That they put like your packets in.
Yes.
It was one of those and we all decorated them. I put emojis on mine and they were so awfully drawn. I remember hating them, but they only gave us one file folder, so got over it. But I remember it literally like clear as day. And I was like, this is so fun. And I was like, I want to do this the rest of my life. And that was in the 3rd grade.
Wow.
And I've literally always wanted to do it. And what?
Are you trading right now?
No. Well, I like have my own profile, but like I'm not
Okay.
like trading other people's money right now.
Mhm.
No.
Like,
No. I'm like about to be a sophomore. Like they are not giving me those privileges yet. But I'm applying to the program.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
Me, 19.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 20 soon. Is that terrifying?
When is that? September, isn't it?
March.
March.
And
Okay.
like later. But yeah, I'm applying to the program, so hopefully I get in. But also, like, you can recruit out of New York or Houston. I'm like, I want to go to New York. Like, I've literally wanted to live in New York my whole life. And I like want to do it. So, and even if I don't do Eyes on Wall Street, I still want to do finance and like I still want to go to New York. It might just not be like investment banking, but I'll do some form of banking. I also am considering consulting. I feel like if I like hate investment banking, I could do consulting.
What
Because I
type of
like talking to
consulting?
people. Like, I don't even know. I haven't looked into it enough, but like consulting.
Okay.
Like, I feel like a lot of people are consultants, and like that's not even their title, but they just like are consultants. Like my dad and like a lot of my friends' dads, they are just like consulting on people's deals.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But like I have a friend that just graduated and she's like working for Bain, like the consulting firm.
Mhm.
And like she literally got like she's going to Wharton for grad school, but like Bain's paying for it. And she's like deferring for
Wow.
2 years. Isn't that crazy? Like that's so cool.
Wow.
I know, right? She's like a genius.
So are you.
Well, she's like really genius.
No, so are you.
Thanks, but like no. But I don't know what I want to do. Something like that. But currently I want to do investment banking. If I don't end up doing investment banking, I feel like I might divert to consulting, but currently investment banking.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
My last question.
Okay. Oh, it's kind of like what you asked me, I feel like. But like when you were my age, like what was your like guiding like life principle? Like something you like kind of like lived by or like used as like your kind of what I was like telling you about how I always like look at things from like a different view. Like what's your like guiding life principle and has it changed from when you were my age / like what is it now?
Oh, it definitely changed. Absolutely changed. At that point, my life principle was work hard, play hard.
Yeah, valid. I use
I
that
mean,
one.
I worked at school. I worked at my job. I worked taking care of my sister and my mom's horses and 13 dogs.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Because she wasn't around a lot my senior year. She had met someone who lived 5 hours away, and she would drive in from his house on Monday, go directly to work, come home Tuesday, go directly to work on Thursday. She was off on Wednesday, so she'd drive back. And then she'd drive in on Thursday morning, work, come home Thursday night, work, and then leave Friday afternoon, and
Holy
drive
moly.
back. So I only saw her 2 days a week and had to, like I said, we had 3 horses, 13 dogs, 2 cats, a goldfish, my sister and myself. And I didn't have a driver's license.
Wow.
That's a lot of horse feed. It's a lot of dog feed that I had to get to the house and manage. Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
sucks.
So there were a lot of moving parts. So there was a lot. I was pep club president, so we were doing a lot with school and that. And so there were just a lot of responsibility on me during my senior year and not a lot of support. Home life.
Yeah.
Like you talk about, you'd call your dad to make you lunch. There was that didn't happen. There wasn't, I didn't have that.
Shout out, John.
I was doing that all by myself already in my junior and senior year of high school. So, so when I got to college, it was like, woohoo! There was no societal pressure on this is what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so my first semester, I really struggled. My second semester, I got a 4.0. I mean, so complete dichotomy.
Yeah.
But it was definitely work hard, play hard. Okay. I was all about the moment, not necessarily about the future.
Mm-hmm.
As life has changed, I'm much more aware of I'm still of the moment, and I'm still work hard, play hard. But my playing may not be as hard. Okay, my playing, it doesn't include drinking. It doesn't include, doing crazy things like jumping off of cliffs and stuff like that. So in that aspect, it's tempered because, I am 63. My knees won't take it that much. I would still like to jump off a cliff, but
I wouldn't.
oh, we'd go to Mountain Home, and there's a place that you can, where the cliff goes down 30 feet, so you can jump off. Oh, it was fun.
I'd probably break a bone or like 8.
No, you just point your toes.
Well, I still would probably manage.
You just don't land flat feet. That'll jar your back.
Ow.
And that's what everybody did, and it was like, why? Point your toes.
Little diver.
Yeah, I didn't dive. I just jumped, but you try to make yourself like a
Yeah, I
sphere.
feel like, you like watch those videos and they're always like,
Yeah, you just
same thing.
you just go in, and the water was crystal clear. I mean, you're down 20 feet.
Wait, where is this?
Mountain Home.
Where's that?
Arkansas. So Lake Norfolk, I think is the lake. So
I don't
pretty
know
cool.
my Arkansas lakes very well.
This is when we lived in Missouri.
Oh, are they close? Right? Where's
Missouri's
Missouri
just north of Arkansas. Yeah.
Wait, they border each other?
Yes.
I sound like an idiot. I don't know what a map looks like.
It's all right. You are an American, and we do not know even our own geography, let alone world geography. Yes. The southern border.
I feel like I might know world geography more than our own geography.
Than U.S.
You
didn't. Where were you in third grade?
College Station.
See, in third grade, at least in Missouri, in third grade, we all had to learn the states and the capitals.
Yeah, see, I never had to do that actually, and it's like haunting me to this day. Because even my sister knows all the capitals. Like, isn't there some song they teach you? I never learned it.
No, I haven't.
Maybe I was sick that day.
Don't know the song.
No, but like I'm serious. Like I feel like a lot of people know like capitals, and I think I must have been sick that day.
But see,
I still lack that knowledge. It's embarrassing. Like,
my aunt
I know that Austin's the capital of Texas. That's all
was a computer person, and back in the day, they would have this computer paper that would be 22 inches wide and just stacks and stacks of it, and she'd bring it home because on the back, that they did all the dot matrix printing on it. She'd bring it home. My cousin literally freehand could draw out and cut out
a map,
a 30-foot representation of the U.S.
Oh my gosh, where was she when I was painting my NOLA cooler?
Put them, and he would, no, this is my cousin who did this. My aunt would just bring home the supplies, and he could just literally cut out, and like all the nuances of the Red River and, different Mississippi going down, and, how Illinois curves to Missouri and Iowa, and he could draw all of that out, cut it out, and then put them on the floor with their appropriate. And he could do this like at a ridiculously young age, like 5. And you're there babysitting him, and you're 11, and you're like, or 13. I'm stupid.
Well,
I mean,
I was trying to paint my frat cooler. Like when you go on like frat formal, like away formals, like you have to paint the cooler.
No, but that's okay.
You have to paint the cooler. So I'm painting my cooler, and I tried to like draw like a Texas, and it was literally the most humbling moment in my entire life. I also tried to do a Louisiana. I kind of got the Louisiana.
Use a projector.
Well, I didn't want to go through all that and find the projector because everyone was trying to do this at the same time. There's only so many projectors to go around because actually 3 people had one, and I was like, well, I don't feel like waiting. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. And it actually looked really good. Besides, I had to give up on the States. Because I just couldn't do it. I was like, this looks ridiculous. I even had one of my friends try and do it, and she was like, I can't do it either. So we gave up.
If I had a dream job, of which I have no skill for, and nor do I have the temperament, because I never want to leave home, but I think being a cartographer would be the...
What's that? Oh, like the map people?
Map drawing, yeah.
Huh.
Would be the coolest thing.
Mine would be a race car driver.
No. But okay, I get it.
Right? That'd be so fun.
I could see you.
I was just like,
thrill of it and all that. Yep. For me, it would be going and exploring unknown things. So, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But so now, my words to live by now are.
Yeah, words to live by is a better way to put it.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's not so much work hard and play hard now, but make smart choices. Make better
Yeah.
choices.
I should do that.
Don't.
I'm sure my mother's like, wow. I wish all I would think about that.
Well, you're still 19.
Yeah, let me live.
Because sometimes the wisest choice comes from the experience of making
the bad one first.
The not wise choice the first time.
I mean, yeah.
Because otherwise you turn around and you go,
you learn.
You have regrets. I didn't try that. So I don't know if I tried that, how that would work out. Sometimes, you have to try it and it has to turn out badly. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm concerned about with this district is we have so many parents who hover over their 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that they never learn to fail. That's the time to fail. Don't let them fail in high school because, like you said, exactly. GPA matters.
I want you.
But let them, like we have a no phone policy now, right?
Yeah, I saw that. And I would ravage.
And the parents are just, how am I supposed to help my child if they forget their lunch? Well, maybe if they forget their lunch, they'll learn not to do it again.
My mom and I were talking about this other day, and I was like, that makes sense, like, no phones at that age. But, like, when I was a senior in high school, if they took away my phone, so help me God, I would have lost it. Because, like, I feel like you actually have things of value going on your phone at that age. Versus, like, 8th grade, like, no. You don't need to text your fake 8th grade boyfriend. Like, you're chilling. But, like, that's all
that was harsh.
I mean, it's true. Like, that's all I was doing on my phone in 8th grade is, like, texting people.
Well,
things that don't matter. But I feel like I was like low-key handling business on my phone, like when I was a senior in high school.
In a lot of ways, you were as president. I mean, you were.
I mean,
constant contact with Miss Page.
Well, yeah, she blew up my phone like every day
for everything that she, that needed to get done for Bells. It's going to require some more organizational skills.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so, those are the reflections of that.
I mean, like, how do you tell your friends you want to go get lunch?
You don't.
I know, that sucks.
Well, it's just lunch.
I'd probably just yell through the hall.
Put it in perspective. I could see you doing that.
Yeah, me too.
I could see me doing that at your age.
Yeah. Probably just stand up on the stairs.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
But I also think that we've gotten to the point where kids are cheating so much and not realizing how much they're cheating.
Also, like, kids are so young, and like some of my babysitting kids like know how to work my phone better than I do, and I'm like, wait, I've had that for like 8 years. It's like kind of scary.
Welcome to my life.
It's like scary. Like, wait. All right, I didn't know you could do that. Like, how'd you figure this out?
Yeah, I'm still working on the toggle switch on the computers.
What's that?
Yeah, you switch between screens.
Oh, changing tabs?
No, like apps.
Like the minimizing, and then it like shows up in a little bar.
Well, you don't necessarily need to there's a way that you can toggle, and I don't remember what it is.
I don't know how to do that either.
But like if you're going from a spreadsheet to like spreadsheet and remind. I can toggle back and forth between them as opposed to minimizing, opening.
Oh, like the F cues?
I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
She's like, do you know how to do this? Nope.
No, I don't.
It's so easy. You just I'm like, okay.
If someone like teaches me something like that once, I can do it again, but I have to be checked first time.
Yeah, that would require me using the computer, which I prefer not to. I just want to be at the board, teach. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, it's like photographers who like only know how to take pictures and like not schedule their businesses. Like you have to be able to do both lists, which you do. So you're fine.
Maybe. Remember, the year of COVID was horrible for everybody in a lot of ways.
What do you mean?
None of my files were online.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot.
Learning how to Zoom, learning how to put everything in that aspect was a nightmare.
Well, also, it's like people didn't know how to use it. Like,
no.
Everyone was always on mute,
so we
were
were forced to learn technology, even those of us who were avowed Luddites.
What does that mean?
A Luddite is someone who does not like technology.
Huh.
So that would be me. I would just as soon live off the grid, write letters,
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, but
I forced you.
Yeah, they do.
See, but it's kind of fun if you embrace it.
Mhm. I'll get there. I'll be 80 and getting my goat farm.
The goat farm that you can put on Instagram.
The
Once you
goat
learn
farm.
to do it.
That I don't know how to use Instagram.
Yeah, but you'll get there by your 80.
I seriously doubt it.
That's like 17 years from
I
now.
barely know how to use Facebook, and now no one uses Facebook.
I don't use Facebook now.
Your generation doesn't.
I don't
And a
know.
lot of your mom generation is on Instagram. And
Ugh, they shouldn't be. My mom doesn't actually.
there are some parents who are also on Snapchat, and we will not mention names.
Brandy, Stewart, Claire Doddridge. My mom and Miss Doddridge Snapchat me and Daisy in a group chat more than like we Snapchat. It's called Step Brothers. You know, like the Step Brothers scene. And it's like, we're best friends now. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my mom and Miss Claire. It's literally called Step Brothers. They probably are like sending things in it right now. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like not kidding. Look, 17 hours ago, like my mom stopped. Mom, this is me and my sister's group chat, Step Brothers. But then they don't actually know how to use it. So then they send like the same video to like me on like 3 different group chats. I'm like, I saw this already. See?
I don't even know how to make the video, so it's fine.
It's a vibe. I crack myself up.
What is that?
It's my mom and Miss Doddridge. Like send us things on Snapchat. They're the only ones who are responding. Totally think of you, especially with the duo. Like that's like what they talk about. Oh, here it is. Did we just become best friends? See,
Okie dokie.
my mom and Miss Doddridge use Snapchat.
You know they're going to be listening to this.
Yeah, I know.
So shout out to Mrs. Doddridge. Mrs.
They use
Stewart.
Snapchat. It's true.
I know.
They know that they do that. My mom sends it to literally I had to call my mom the other day because like on Snapchat you can like post on like shared stories. Like people can like make to where like multiple people have like access to post on like a shared story.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but and my mom like posted on one from like for a grad party and I was like, this is so embarrassing. I was like, A, why did they put her on the grad party story? B, like, I was like, Mom, I'm about to delete Snapchat off your phone. Like, I will come find you wherever you are in this town and I will take your phone and delete it if you don't, like, take this down right now.
This is why I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. And I literally,
This is
I
why-
called her and I was like,
I will use on my story, I will put like the schedule or something like that. And I have certain students who are like, you didn't respond back to me. You left me open.
Unread.
Unread. I'm like, I don't care that I did that. That is not that's not what I'm here for. This is a tool. This is not for me to be entertained.
yeah, well, I was like, I'm about to delete Snapchat off your phone. And she's like, I don't understand. I was like, well, if you don't understand something, then maybe you should be using it, Mother. Actually, I do like that she has Snapchat sometimes because I can like send her pictures of things versus like on text. It's like, I don't know. I think it's annoying to send pictures on text.
Why?
Because it's like takes up a lot of storage and like kind of takes a minute to send.
Oh.
Versus like on Snapchat, like it just like, it doesn't save. It just goes away. So like it doesn't take up storage. So it sends faster. It's like if I'm like shopping and I'm like, oh, do you like this one or this one? Like it's easier to be like, oh, my mom's on Snapchat. I can send it to her. But then also she like posts on shared stories from like grad parties of like people I like. It's just like so embarrassing. I literally was like, Mom, it takes a lot to embarrass me. And I was like so embarrassed. I was like, it was like a selfie of her. Like it was like a selfie of her and my grandma. Like my grandma came down and she's like, selfie. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst day of my life. And she's like, I don't know how to take it down. I was like, that's why you shouldn't have Snapchat. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And I was like, okay, well, quit talking about how you don't know how to take it down and listen to me tell you how to take it down because it's still up, like while we're having this conversation.
Oh,
It's
well.
so bad. Anyways, it's down now. But I was like, are you kidding me? And my friends were like sending it to me. I was like, oh my gosh. So
Well, thank you for the lesson on how to not use Snapchat.
you're welcome.
Okay.
You're
All
welcome.
right. I also want to thank you for coming in.
But yeah, this was so fun.
My malls. Mhm.
Yeah, I had to wake up like 20 minutes earlier to think of my questions.
I'm glad you put so much thought into it.
I actually did.
I'm not saying that I wasn't being
I woke up
sarcastic.
at 8 a.m. to think about it.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Whoa. Did you go work out before you came in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I don't have to wake up before that.
Well, thank you, Molly.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thanks
you
having
for
me.
listening to the world according to Liz. And if
Maybe I
you-
should start one that's like the world according to Molly.
we have lots of worlds,
Yeah.
There are small little circles around each one of us, spheres around each one of us.
That's true, I guess.
It's amazing how many lives you touch that you realize or don't even realize.
True. It's freaky.
It is. But well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.